Hi, I'm Jackie, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to modify your course lectures in Systeme. I'm going to show you how to change your fonts and colors and add an image and your logo. We're also going to add a video or two. I'm also going to show you how you can link out to a download of your own PDFs to offer the customer. I'm going to also touch on branding colours, and we're going to do a test, a kind of a basic live test. And finally, we're going to activate the modules. You've got your normal dashboard. This is where we're in the main dashboard at the moment. We're going to come across again to courses. And we've got our course here, Gentle Pilates for Beginners. So I'm just going to click on that. And that gives me the welcome, lecture, and lesson 1. And I've actually created a new lecture. So the get set up one would be just sort of maybe talking about props or what they might need, a mat, or whatever they might need to help them go through the course. This lecture here is the one that we're going to make some changes to, and hopefully just give you a gist of how you can do it quite easily on your own. So we're going to go into that. I've clicked on that. And so far we've just got this basic setup. I've copied it, so it's still saying get set up. And what I'm going to do is just put, I think I'll put it Gentle Pilates for apps. I'll just put for your apps. I mean, you could think of something a lot more exciting than that, I'm sure. And this, I'm going to, you could put here, you could actually put in this video, it's a bit, I think I'd want to go a bit smaller. So that's fine. We can change the font size, so I can make it just a bit smaller, but I'm going to do the line height. Yeah, we'll change that once we've put it in. And also, actually, I'll show you while I'm here to look at fonts. So we've got Google Fonts. I quite like Google Fonts, but obviously you have a choice. I like this one, Montserrat. Then you've got regular, plus you've got all sorts of, is it thickness, I suppose you'd call it. You've got the regular, which is what we're on at the moment. You could actually make it bold and italic. I mean, there's just so much choice. It's almost too much choice. And sometimes it's better just to keep it simple, especially at the beginning when you're first starting out. So this video, will demonstrate how, and then I'll just do this. So whatever you want to put in. This video will demonstrate how, and so that's what you could do. So, and you can change that as I've just shown. So that's in your fonts. You could also, let's have a look, change the font color. And so the font color is actually in this block here. So you can go into this and you could change the color. So let's change it to a lovely purple. I've got to do that first. There you go. So you've got to swipe it first, and then you can change the color. And if you felt that was a little bit too close to the title, you can bring it down a bit. There you go. And then what we're going to do, just go back up again. This is, I would call this really our logo, their logo at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to bring your own logo in. So you're going to go into the upload and you're going to select file, and hopefully I'm actually in the right area. So you would find the file location. We're going to use this one and we're going to insert it. So that's quite a large logo at the moment. So this is where we come back to image size. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. But you want to think about continuity. So you want to ensure that whatever size you choose for this one, so I'll say I've got 173 here for image size, you want to try and maybe write that down and then keep it to the same for each page that you create or each lecture that you create, just to keep that, you know, that continuity. And then I'm just going to save the changes. And then once it's saved, we can then, and then, so here, this is where I'm going to bring in my own video. And so I've got the video is a, that's interesting actually. I'm just, okay, so I just had to find my video. So if you're going to bring in a YouTube video, you either need to have the YouTube link already in a document or something. If you're really well organized, then you'd have it maybe in a document ready. And that would be, I mean, that's being super efficient and having everything ready. But if you're not ready for it, and you can then go over into your YouTube channel, and this is the 4-minute video that I want to use for this demonstration purposes. So what I've just noticed is the video quality is SD, standard definition. Now, most videos that I upload these days are in HD, in higher quality, or some people actually use can actually upload into 4K. SD is not really well liked by YouTube, so it's better to always look for you know, creating videos that will come up into HD. So that's just something I've noticed, which I hadn't realized. But anyway, let's go back to copying this video link. So I'm just going to copy it from here. And then I'm going to come back over to my editor. And I'm going to wipe that one out and then put this one in. And hopefully, yeah, so it actually shows you what you've actually, your thumbnail, etc. So this is all created in Canva. And then I'm going to save the changes. It just gives it a couple of seconds to save. Sometimes when it saves, I have to click again then to bring it up. So I'm not going to put more than one video in. So I'm going to get rid of this video. And then what we've got down here, that's your drag and drop, that's your slide. But what I want to do, so I'm just going to get rid of, you have to be careful when you get rid of things. And so down here, this is a row. And what I want to do is I want to add some text. So I come over to the left and I'm going to drag it over. And what the text is going to do is just going to tell them that there's a PDF, there's a document for them to you know, potentially you could have a document that relates to the video for them to read, or it could be the notes, or it even could be a transcript, for example. So I was just going to type in click the link here for the transcript of this video. And what you'll do is, so you'll put here, under the here, you want to just highlight wherever you want them to click. And then you're going to come onto this link button. And you have some choices, and there are different, you can actually put a link in as a URL. I find quite handy is to click the download key, so it links out to a file. And my file's already there actually, but what you do is you go into sec file under upload, and in my particular course creation folder, I've actually got it here to choose. So I would choose, this is actually my Systeme certificate, but I'm going to come out of there just a second because it's now in my files, and you would upload it and then you would insert it. And so that's there. So you won't see that at the moment. And I believe I'm just going to do that because that saves. Yeah, you need to save it. And then you need to save it. So if it's got a little red dot, then it means you need to save it. It hasn't been saved. So I'm going to save changes here. And now I've saved the changes, I'll be able to come out and test that. But before we do that, I just wanted to give you, just click and then come back up again. What you can do is you can play with the backgrounds. So within the section, you have choices. You can bring things down, back up again, bring the bottom, well, that would be right. You won't be able to see that because that's right the way down. You can go to the left. You can come to the right, bring it over. So you can move the text and the images, etc., around. And then we've got background color. So at the moment, there's no color. You could bring in a gray. That's quite a nice background, actually. And so if you have any branding colors, then you'll probably have them noted somewhere. And there will be under, you want to keep them noted under the hex number. And once you've got those, especially if you use Canva and you use the paid version, then you can store them all. So, and it's great. And I tend to use about 4 or 5, well, 5 maximum branding colors. So if you look at my Nourish Fit Move, I've actually got the 4 colors, and I try and then use them. So this color here is being used. This one's being used here. There is some slightly, this one isn't quite the color, but generally you want to try and stick to your branding colors, and it does really make a difference. Actually, it wasn't something I've ever thought of before. So yeah, that's your background color. So now that we have changed the background color and we're reasonably happy with what we've got, you just press on the eye. I haven't showed you this before. This kind of shows you how the user would see it, apart from this bit here, obviously. So this would be their screen. And then if we press this, so this is, and I've actually put the wrong video in, but it doesn't matter. It's just demonstrating that the video works. Okay. So that's all my videos there. And let's see what happens now. So this is this link that we created. We pulled the PDF in. So this is my certificate of completion for the Systeme course. And so that's brought that in. So what you could do, if it was some transcript notes, you would be able to download that into wherever you want to download it. So you could print it off, or you could print it from here as well. So I just think it's very versatile, and it just is so easy to use. So we've saved the lectures and the modules, so we're all ready to go. There's one more thing that you need to do, and it's quite important. So at the moment, these lectures and the modules are actually inactive. And the great thing about that means that when you're developing it all, you can get it all together, test it all, and then you can activate it. So, or you can activate as you go along. In a sense, it doesn't really matter too much. But in this particular case, you could actually just activate it. So you'll come along here. Just check whether you need to activate it. You don't need to activate that. And I think what you've noticed that you can actually create a quiz for each module. So you could actually create a quiz at the end of the module just to test people's knowledge. And so depending on what the course is, I think that's a really great way to kind of ingrain that knowledge at the end of each module. So that's another option as well for the future. In this lecture, we've actually changed the text, we've changed the font of the text, we've added a video, and we've been able to test it and play it back. And we have created some text that links out to a PDF document, and we've tested that to check that that PDF document does show. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to create a tag.